Welcome again. We'll start with one of the important lectures specifically for your NET examination and other competitive examination, where questions are usually asked on converting a decimal number to a binary number and binary number to a decimal number. So today we would understand the conversions. There would be three things that we would be taking into account. First is decimal to binary, second is binary to decimal, and then within decimal to binary we would be working without fractions and then with fractions, and similarly from binary to decimal again with fractions and without fractions. So without fractions would be much more simpler to understand and solve, and then we would be doing with fractions, which are being asked recently these days. Till now most of the questions that were asked were without fractions. To start with, what is a binary and what is a decimal? We say binary is base 2 and decimal is base 10. So when we say base 2, what does that technically means? We say there are two digits that come into play, so it's simply 0 and 1, and binary is a language that a computer can understand. So we talk in terms of two numbers, that's 0 and 1, hence base 2. Similarly, when we talk about decimal, we talk from numbers from 0 to 9, that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So together they make 10 numbers, and therefore we call this as base 10. So that's the very fundamental thing to understand. Again, a next fundamental thing is understanding the place values. So let's say I have 238.45 as a number. So when I have 238.45 as a number, this 8 comes at the ones position or the units position. This 3 would be at the tens place, and this 2 would be at the hundreds place. Let's say I have another number 4 before this, and this 4 would come at the thousands place. So that's the things we are talking about, or the integers we are talking about before the decimal. After the decimal you have 4, so it would be at the 1/10th place. 5 would be at the 100th place. So that's the basic thing we need to understand, and once we are clear with this, solving the questions on binary to decimal and vice versa becomes very easy. So what can we do when we talk about a decimal expansion? So this is a number and we are trying to do a decimal expansion. What we have done this here. Let's take another number to help you understand. So it's 238.45, again the same number. Now if I want to do a decimal expansion for this number, I would say 8 into 10 raised to power 1 plus 3 into 10 raised to power 2, 10 raised to power 0, 10 raised to power 1, because it's the units place. 3 is at the tens place, so 10 raised to power 1 is 10. So this 3 is, we can say, 30. So you have tens value as 3 tens or 30 ones, and then you have 2 as 2 raised to power 2 into 10 raised to power 2. That's 2 at the hundreds place. When it comes to 4, it would be 4 into 10 raised to power minus 1 and 5 into 10 raised to power minus 2. So that's what we need to understand when we do a expansion of the numbers. Now similarly, this was a decimal expansion. When I talk about a binary expansion, how can we do that? So to do a binary expansion, what we do is, the simplest way is to work around with converting it into decimal and then expanding, because the binary expansion itself would be much more difficult to solve. So let's say I have a number here as 101.11 and I want to do a decimal expansion for the same. So what I do, this one would be 1 into 2 raised to power 0 plus 0 into 2 raised to power 1. Then you have 1 into 2 raised to power 2. 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 1 and 2 raised to power 2. So that's the way we are going here. If I go here, it would be 1 into 2 raised to power minus 1, and this would be 1 into 2 raised to power minus 2. Now let's solve the section without the fraction first. So this section, if we simplify, 2 raised to power 0 is 1, or any number raised to power is 1. any number raised to power 0 is 1. So here it would be 2 into 2 raised to power 0 would be 1. 2 into 0 into 2 raised to power 1 would be 0, and 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So you have 4 here. Now I add up these terms, so this comes to be 5. So if I have the number 101 in binary, it could be represented as 5 to the base 10 in decimal. So that's the decimal representation for the section without the fraction. Now the section with the fraction after the decimal point, that's 0.11. So 1 into 2 raised to power minus 1 could be written as 1 into 1 by 2, and that's 0.5. And the second one, that is 1 into 2 raised to power minus 2, can be written as 1 into 1 by 2 raised to power 2. That is equal to 1 into 1 by 4, and 1/4 we can say is 0.25. Now I add up 0.5 and 0.25, so it comes to 0.75. So the answer here for the fraction, that's 0.11 in binary, would be equal to 0.75 in decimal. So that's the way we understand the expansion for binary in decimal terms. Now we would work around this more as we move forward. First of all, we'll understand how to work around a decimal to a binary. That's very important. Binary to decimal is much simpler, so we'll come back to this later. Now first is decimal to binary. Now when we talk about decimal to binary, the key here is to understand we are dividing the numbers by 2. So whatever comes would be the remainder. And there is one more point that you need to remember. When we are doing decimal to binary without a fraction, when the answer comes, you move from bottom to top. However, with fraction you move from top to bottom. We'll see with the example how that goes. So let's say I have an example 29 here. Now I'll start dividing 29. Now this 29 is not completely divisible by 2. So I say 1 and 4, and 1 is the remainder. So 2 14s are 28 plus 1 is 29. Now I again divide it by 2 and I have 7 as the remainder. However, 7 into 2 is 14, so you do not have any remainder here. Now I again divide it by 2. 2 3s are 6 and 1 is a remainder, so I have 7 here. Then again 2 1s are 2 plus 1 would be 3. So these are the numbers that I get. Now when I want to write this as a binary representation, I'll start from the bottom and move upwards. So you have 1 1 1 0 1 as the correct representation in binary for the number 29 to the base 10. So this would be the answer for 29 to the base 10. Let's do one more example. The another example is 107 to a binary number. So I have 107. I start with 2. 2 5s are 10 and 2 3s are 6. I have 1 as a remainder. Again I divide it by 2. I have 2. Then carry over 1. So 6 and 1 remainder. So 26 2s are 52. 52 plus 1 53. Again I divide it by 2. I have 13. 13 2s are 26. So no remainder, 0. Then again I divide it by 2. I have 6 here. So 2 6s are 12 plus 1, that's 13. Now again I divide it by 2. 3 is completely divisible, so I have 0 here. Then I divide it by 2. I have 1. So 2 1s are 2 plus 1, that would be 3. So these are the numbers I get. Now again I move from bottom to top. So it would be 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 as the correct representation in binary for the number 107 in decimal. So 107 to the base 10 would be written as 110 1011 in binary. Now this was very simple because we were simply dividing the numbers by 2 and moving forward with the numbers, the remainders starting from the bottom. Now when it comes to fraction, it is a bit tricky to understand and very important because last time for the January 2017 examination, The question that was asked was based on fractions. So working with fractions is very, very important. Now again we will do the same thing. However, for the whole numbers we were dividing those by 2. Now we would multiply the fractions by 2. So there we were dividing and now we are multiplying. So let's start with the first example, that's 0.40625. Now we are taking two examples here. One example will end, so you would have a kind of end product. However, there would be another example that would go on recursively, so it would keep on going and we would see there is no end point that could be reached and it could go on to n number of calculations. So what we do here is we first multiply each of the number by 2. So I multiply 0.04625 with 2 and I get 0.8125. Now for each of these what I have to do, I have to pick out the number before the decimal. So I pick out 0 here, 1 here, 1 here, 0 here and 1 here and I mark those separately. And in this case I move from top to bottom, not bottom to top as we did in the previous case. So here I multiply these two numbers, I get this number, I pick out the 0, then I have this number, I take this number again, multiply it by 2, I have 1.625, I take away the 1 and the remaining number is again multiplied by 2. When this is multiplied by 2, I get 1.25, so I take away the 1, 0.25 comes here, 0.25 into 2 is 0.5, I take away the 0, then this 0.5 again comes here, when multiplied by 2 gives 1 and it's done. So after 1 we need not to go forward. So the numbers you have are 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So that's one way of solving it, the fractions. Now let's take another fraction. Let's say I take 0.25. Now when I take 0.25, how do we go around? I go around as 0.25 into 5 would be 0.50. I take the 0. Okay. Then next 0.50 into 2 would be 1.0. So I take this 1 and it's all done. So 0.25 would be 0.1. Similarly, 0.5 would be simply 0.1. So it would be 0.01 and it would be 0.1 because here there is just single step and you are done. So this is the way we work around. Now a very interesting example. Now again we can understand this with the same thing that we did in the starting where we were converting this to the base. So what we do here is we can say the value that comes here 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. If I need to cross check this, I would say this would be, since it's after the decimal, this would be the number. So it would be 0 into 2 raised to power minus 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to power minus 2 plus 1 into 2 raised to power minus 3 plus 0 into 2 raised to power minus 4 and plus 1 into 2 raised to power minus 5. And then you solve this. So this is 0, this is 0. So these are cancelled. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus you have 1 by 32, 1 by 64. So you add these numbers and finally you get an answer that's 0.40625. So that's again another way of cross checking your results. Since it was a kind of not a recursive series, it was not a recurring series and it ended here, we easily took out the answer. Now let's come up with another example where you have 0.15. Now this looks simple, but it would be a kind of continuous series because you start with 0.15, it becomes 0.3, you take away the 0, 0.3 into 2 becomes 0.6, you take away the 0, 0.6 into 2, 1.2, you take away the 1, remaining 0.2 into 2 would be 0.4, you take away the 0, 0.4 into 2 would be 0.80, you take away the 0 and you have remaining 0.8, this 0.8 comes back, it becomes 1.6, you take away the 1 and this 0.6 comes here, you multiply it by 2, it becomes 1.2. So you again come with 1.2. So here it repeats. So 0.2 is repeating. So what would happen here? This would be a kind of non-ending series, and this is what I have written. So again you start from top to bottom, not bottom to top. So for the fractions you start from top to bottom and it goes on. So what we have written is still here, but still it would go on. So that was the concept to understand the conversion from a decimal to a binary number, both for a fraction and a number without a fraction or without a decimal. Now coming up to the next example is binary to decimal. Now binary to decimal, as we said, is very simple. What you need to do is, there are 2-3 ways in which people solve it. We would follow just this simple method. So the last number would start with 2 raised to power 0. So I have 101. I start with 1 into 2 raised to power 0. Then 0 into 2 raised to power 1 and 1 into 2 raised to power 2. Now solving this, you have 4, this becomes 0 and this becomes 1. So 4 plus 1 plus 0 gives you 5. So that would be your answer. Now let's say I have another number 11001. I have 1 into 2 raised to power 0. I leave these two because whatever I multiply, it would come to 0. So this would be 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2. Then I have 1 into 2 raised to power 3 and 1 into 2 raised to power 4. Now solving this, you would have, this would come to be 1, this would come to 8 and this would come to 16. So 1 plus 16 plus 1 plus 16 plus 8, you would have 24, 24 plus 1 is 25. So 25 would be your answer here. So this was without the fraction. Now when it comes to with fraction, here are some of the terms that you must remember. So the same we talked about in the last question. So if we go up again, this was the question. So you had the value as, we would work around the same value again, 0.01101. Now let's do it again. We have the values here. What we need to do is, we need to start with 2 raised to power minus 1 and then proceed on. So whatever the values multiply with 0 would result into 0. So I leave these values 2 raised to power minus 1. Then I have 2 raised to power minus 2, 2 raised to power minus 3, 2 raised to power minus 4 is gone, and then 2 raised to power minus 5. So 2 raised to power minus 2 is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 32. We mistakenly wrote 64 there, so it's 1 by 32. Now what we do is, we add up these three. So you have 2 raised to power minus 2 is 0.25. Then you have 2 raised to power 1 by 8, 1 by 4 would be 0.25, 1 by 8 you would have 0.125 and 1 by 32 would be 0.03125. Now add these, you would have 256014. So it would come to 0.40625, the same thing that we saw there. Now another example, you have 0.11. So when you have 0.11, it's very simple. So this would be 2 raised to power minus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 2 raised to power minus 2. I solve this, so I get 1 into 1 by 2 plus 1 into 1 by 4. So that is 0.5 and that would be 0.25. Now I add these, I have 0.75 as the answer. So that was a kind of simple example. Now another example, let's take one more. You have 0.1011. So it would be 2 raised to power minus 1, 2 raised to power minus 2, 2 raised to power minus 3 and 2 raised to power minus 4. So now I add this. So 1 into 1 by 2. When it's 2 raised to power minus 1, we invert that. So it's 1 by 2 raised to power 1. Then you have 1 into 1 by 2 raised to power 3. And this would be 1 into 1 by 2 raised to power 4. So it's 1 by 2 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. Now this is 0.5, this is 0.125 and this is 1 by 16 is 0.625. When I add these, I get 0.6875 as the answer. So for this, you need to remember these 5. So you usually don't go beyond these. It does not go beyond this. So what you need to solve is simply remember, so 1 by 2 you already know is 0.5, 1 by 4 is 0.25. So just 3 of these, if you remember, that's more than enough. So 1 by 8 is 0.125. You need not waste time calculating that and dividing that at that time. So 1 by 16 is 0.0625 and 1 by 32 is 0.03125. So with this we cover the conversion from decimal to binary and binary to decimal. We'll be covering more lectures for computers for your upcoming examinations. Stay tuned for our lectures. Have a good day ahead.